Hi, I'm Steven from Sprout Home in Chicago, and today I wanted to teach you how to mount a Staghorn Fern. Staghorn Ferns are a little bit different than your common fern in the fact that they don't grow in typical soil. So, for this project you are going to need, one, your potted Staghorn Fern, and then the materials to mount it. To place around the base of the fern, hold moisture around the root system. We're going to have some pre-soaked sphagnum moss. Usually you'll find this dry. Go ahead and soak it in a pail of water for a few hours before your project, and we'll squeeze it out as we work with it. For mounting our materials, you'll need a nylon thread. This one's coated in paper, so you don't see it. And then some screws and a screwdriver. Working into the board, you want to place the screws about a couple inches outside of the potted plant. So in this case, we have a 6-inch grower's pot, and we'll need about 8 inches wide as far as our screws are concerned.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
So many times in the store and others, you will find Staghorn Ferns pre-mounted by the grower. In this case, it will allow you to make your own masterpiece for your garden and wall in the home. Moving on to our plant, the first step will be to take it out of this grower's pot, and typically you will find quite a bit of soil. So at this point we will want to go ahead and remove that from the roots of the plant. You may wash it off in water as well to remove as much soil as possible. So here I have a fern already cleaned up. You'll see the size difference. They don't really have many roots. So to begin mounting, we're going to take our sphagnum moss, squeeze it out fairly thoroughly, and go ahead and start making a little pocket for it against the board. Lay a layer down on our board to create a little moisture layer in between the plant's roots and our board, which will go against the wall. Starting from the base, go ahead and create a little cup to set the plant roots in. And from here, we'll go ahead and mound the dampened sphagnum moss around the roots. Okay, as a final layer around the sphagnum moss, we can also start putting a live moss on top. This will benefit from the humidity that our ferns also enjoy, as well as the regular soaking that we'll achieve to keep the plants healthy and happy planted in this manner. Live moss is something you can typically find at your local forest, as it's sold commonly in the cut flower trade. And as you're working with your staghorn, you'll notice it has two different types of leaves. A round one that's going to grow against the moss, and then the kind of typical leaves pushing out in the antler formation that earns them their nickname as staghorns. These are two different types of fronds. One is fertile, one is not. Commonly, these kind of buttress-forming leaves are there to catch water naturally from rainfall and channeling it toward the root system, in which case we've capped this into our sphagnum. Next, taking the nylon cording, we'll go ahead and just wrap sort of in a crisscross fashion from one post or screw to the next, going from the top to the bottom to the top, the left to the right, and across the middle, avoiding cutting through the plant itself. So we'll go around once, and over. And across. And once you make a final pass across the fern, you'll just tie it off on the remaining screw. And then commonly for care, you want to give these guys a little bit of low intensity direct sun, say an eastern or near a western window, misting them daily, and soaking the plants, the board, sphagnum and all, typically about once every 7 to 10 days, depending how dry your home may be. And you'll notice these staghorns have a little bit of a fuzzy quality on their leaves. This is their natural sunblock, so don't wipe it off. But that is what keeps them happy in a somewhat sunny location. And you are left with your partner for your home.